Hey everyone, I'd like to show the glitches and skips me and Matt have found in the PC port of the remake. I do want to start by making it clear that although this is generally understood to a decent level, there are still things that we just can't wrap our heads around. Both of us really wanted to make sure that we totally understood everything before making a video, but it seems almost impossible to do that. Not showing this stuff, especially due to the potential that could eventually come from it, seems stupid, so here we are. This is going to be a long video, so I may as well go into some backstory as to how this all came about. The base glitch is pretty similar to the zipping glitch on the PS5 version, according to Matt anyway. I don't have a PS5, but after looking at videos it does look the same. When the PC port came out in March, Matt tried the glitch on stream. He was not able to reproduce it at all to a point he was convinced they patched it. Then freakishly he managed to get some form of a zip, which I'll show now. This is a clip I made during the stream.
Took the smoke bomb. It doesn't work. You can't do it anymore. Been patched. It doesn't. You don't even have to use the smoke bomb. What the fuck was that? I went through that wall then. Don't tell me I didn't.
He was never able to get this again. Then the day after we got on Discord called to try stuff and discuss what could possibly have happened. After a couple hours, Matt magically got it as early at the start of winter. Just like the first clip, he could not do it again. We were trying to come up with anything but drew a blank. Nothing seemed to work to a point we put the game away for a long time. In October, Matt messaged me really wanting to try and figure it out again. We got very lucky here. It only took about half an hour to figure it out. The basic idea of the zip glitch on PS5 is to walk into a wall, in this case a gate, turn on slow motion and press crouch quickly followed by quick turn. I'll show that I currently don't have the zip glitch. Now the thing that makes this work on PC and what tripped us up for so long, you have to press a prompt that makes Joel interact with something, such as this door. I can now zip at will. What's really strong about this zip version is that unlike PS5 it does not require slow motion. If you restart checkpoint you will lose the ability to zip. What I'll do now is debug fly into this room for easier explanation to show that other prompt interactions work. As you can see, since I didn't open that door I don't have zip. If I interact with this prompt on the drawer I will have zip. This prompt interaction is the foundation of the whole glitch and what everything else stems from. One thing that doesn't make sense to us though, when Matt got that zip on stream, why was he never able to get straight after? You never lose the properties of zip, and as you can see it's really easy to do. The clip in winter sort of made sense because we later figured out that if the deer bumps into Ellie and makes her stumble, that also gives you zip. This is one of the main reasons we thought there must be a way to trigger it at will, but we tried a lot of different stuff. Interacting with prompts was the only way we found to make it work. Before we get even deeper, there are some outliers that are really hard to explain. Certain areas, such as the start of Capital, seem to give Joel zip with no prior prompt interaction. Here's another example at the start of Tommy's Dam. We suddenly have zip when we gain control. There is more you can do after the zip glitch is active, and that's quick turn crouch spamming. To activate, simply hold back on the left stick and mash crouch and quick turn. This will eventually make Joel freak out and go through the gate. Depending on where you stand it seems much easier. Here it is slowed down. This glitch is very volatile to a point you can mash so fast that Joel will be flung out of the entire map. There seems to be no consistency in where Joel will land with this. Frame rate plays a part here. I have been able to get past the gate on as low as 50 as shown here, but it requires some very fast mashing. One potential skip is at the start of winter, but it's more a proof of concept due to how inconsistent the glitch can be. You're able to get on the roof with this and drop down past the door. The properties of the glitch change based on the interaction. If you pick up a firefly pendant or a note, you now have the ability to wall clip. As you collide with the wall, you want to press crouch just before quick turning. For wall clipping, you do need a higher frame rate than you would for normal zipping. Approximately 130 FPS is the desired amount, but more will help. The slums are interesting because it has a really cool skip. You could also skip it on PS5 with zip, but it's much harder, plus you need slow motion. Picking up this firefly pendant will give us wall clip. To get high frame rates, I have AMD FSR Ultra Performance on in the settings. We both agree that keyboard is much more reliable for wall clipping, especially with how hard the timing can be. Here's an example of what the rest of the skip would look like. You can also look down to get even more frame rate. If you're wondering why we have to go through the right side, it's because the trigger with Malik will take wall clip away. Another reason why being able to trigger the glitch at will would save even more time on a speedrun. If you know the location of a trigger or checkpoint, you have a really good chance of actually bypassing it with zip. This is a really good example in capital to help explain. I know the checkpoint is right here, but if I zip past, it does not activate. It only activates when I go backwards. Take note of the bottom left text for when the checkpoint changes. When talking with Matt, he had an idea why it likely works. The game probably has to register Joel inside a trigger or checkpoint for a certain amount of frames, maybe 3 to 4. Since the zip is so fast, you're only in the trigger for 1 or 2. It's the only thing that seems to make sense. Now, bypassing triggers and checkpoints is almost always a bad idea, but there is a nice little time save here. There's a trigger in this tunnel that if you zip past will help us after we climb up the dumpster. It allows us to quick turn in a forced walking area so we can zip down the entire corridor. The downtown chapter has something that we can't explain yet. This door here is very interesting that almost turns everything currently explained on its head. If you enter the door from this side, nothing much happens besides standard zip. If we open the door from this side, we actually get wall clip. Why does this matter? It means we can now fully skip the office building. Matt did a tutorial for this video which I will now show.
Alright, so here's a little tutorial on how to do downtown skip for the PC version without slow motion, using the new tech stuff. So what you want to do is you want to come up here and you want to open this door, and that will give you the clipping method. And you want to come down here, and now we're going to do a quick turn clip on this ledge here, this little wall, and then we're going to fall down there. I think the angle you do it, I'm not sure exactly like where it fucks up, but there is a spot where if you do it you will die. I think you want to do it as far right as you can, so about there. So we're just gonna, oh by the way, I'm capped at 130 FPS right now, because that seems the best for these clips, but you know. So we're gonna quick turn clip here. Oh, I should have my controller on the screen. Nah, it don't matter. We're gonna quick turn clip here, and we're gonna fall and we'll land. When you land, you want to turn around, and we're gonna look towards the scaffolding thing, or the window cleaning thing, whatever the fuck it is on the left, and we're going to run towards it until we fall down. There, and then we stop. And now we're going to look towards those car windows. And obviously, usually you won't be able to see. You can use photo mode here. You're going to have to get into position. So where we're trying to end up is kind of on that ledge in front of us. This part is kind of specific. If you don't do this right, it won't work, because it's actually really hard to get in this water. So we're just going to run forward towards these windows until we get to the ledge. So we're going to move up right a bit as well, because we want to get to about here. So we want to be on this ledge right here, as close as we can get. Not too close you fall, but as close as we can get. So this is good. So where we want to end up is this gap. Oh, pardon me. Jesus. Is this gap right here. So we want to fall into this gap between this ledge here and that ledge there to get in there. So to do that, you just want to aim in between that and that. You just want to aim here and just run forward. And you fall in. And now once you're in, you want to hold left, back left until you stop moving. Or like left until we stop moving, because what we're doing is we're wedging ourselves right into this corner here, if you can see it, the little line. It's not that specific, but it gives us enough room to run off. So when we're here, you want to look towards this left window cleaning scaffolding thing again, and we're going to run forward. And when we do that, we'll be in the water. There we go. So now when you get into the water, you don't have to rise to the top. You can just literally start going straight down as soon as you get in it. But we're going to dive, and we're going to turn to the left. I'm going to go to the left of this banner. I'm going to keep going forward. Once we see that little window underneath me, it's really hard to point this out. Can I like... Oh yeah, I can use my mouse. Once you see this load in, we're going to stop going down. And we're going to hold forward. You should play around with this part yourself, because I'm just kind of making this tutorial to just give you an idea of it. It could be a bit more testing. But we want to go forward. And we want to start going up again a bit until we see the water. There, right. And then we want to swim into this water. Make sure you swim in from the top so you land in it like this. So when you get in it, you're going to have to dive again and go forward, or you will get stuck. Hello? Okay. What is happening? Please let me... Okay. Alright. So that, once you're here, then we can swim around. So we want to come to this corner. So basically where we're trying to go is over the truck. But obviously you wouldn't be able to see. Using photo mode is slow. All that shit. So I'm going to come into this corner. I'm going to use the moon as a reference. So this isn't that specific, but we just want to kind of put the moon maybe in line with Joel's hand, like that. It's not that specific, just something like that. And then once you've lined it up, you want to put the camera back straight. Ish. You got to make sure you're going straight here. If your height is like messed up, it won't work. So we're going to dive. We're going to hold forward until we get out of the water. Right, so now we're out of the water. I'm going to swim up for 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3. Make sure you keep holding forward this entire time, by the way. And then once you count to 3, we're going to hold forward for 9 seconds without diving. So just go straight forward for 9 seconds. So 1, 2, and also make sure Joel's head is in line with this line to make sure you're going straight. If it's too low or too high, you'll mess this up. So make sure you're going straight. Wait, what did I count to? I don't actually remember what I just counted to. I think it was like 2. Right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, then when you get to 9... Okay, I probably could have gone a little bit more forward. Maybe. Or I think my angle might have been a little bit far to the right, actually. Try and angle more to the left when you swim. I don't think I counted too long either. You can tell me. You'll know. You're watching the video. So once you count to 9... So once you get to 9, you want to just keep holding forward and then hold down. So to dive down. Like that. And we pop over the truck and we'll hit the trigger. And that's it, pretty much. We'll load in. over the water. And obviously this will be allowed in restricted because you don't need slow motion for it. So that's very nice. And then you just carry on as normal. That was a botched tutorial, but it's fine. It gives you an idea of how to do it.
There is a safe version of Bill's trap skip and a crazy version. The crazy version is not consistent at all and relies on getting zipped onto the roof. For the purpose of the video, I have visibility toggled so it is easy to see what is going on. If you did this in an actual run, you would be blind unless you photo mode to see where you are.
Alright, so here's how to do Bill's trap skip without doing the crazy launch from the top. So this is kind of the same as the old PS5 method, but without slow motion. So what you want to do is over there's a door that you can also open. But we're going to pick up this bottle and open this door. That'll give us the zip tech. We need the bottle for the actual launch. To do the clips, sorry. So we're going to open that door. That gives us the zipping tech, and we're going to come over here. Also, I'm capped at 90 FPS. I think this is easier to do these clips at 90 FPS. So if you're doing the zip clips, where you obviously bounce between the walls and then throw the bottle to clip through, that's easier at 90, I found. If you're doing the normal clips, where you just quick turn, you want that at 130 roundabouts. Greg's will explain that. So we're going to come over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to ping from this wall to this wall, then back to this wall, and then throw. And the way you do that is you want to do the crouch quick turn. So you want to walk to the wall, crouch quick turn, but you want to press crouch twice. So you want to go crouch, instantly press crouch and quick turn, but at the same time press crouch twice instead of once. And if you do it correctly, you'll ping back and forth. And obviously, once you press the second crouch, you want to start spamming the throw button. So I think I get it here. You want to make sure when you throw it that you're always trying to go into your backpack. So right here, I do the crouch, and then once I know I've done it, I'm already pressing the throw button, and then I'm spamming backpack, and that cancels the throw. Because we need to keep the bottle. So you do the clip here, and then you come over and get in this corner, do the same thing here. So 2 crouches, throw backpack to cancel, and then from here we want to clip this wall here. It takes me like 2 tries to do this one because you can't really see where it is as you run into it. It's a bit more awkward. Okay, so again, just crouch. So quick turn, crouch, throw, backpack to cancel, so you can keep the bottle, and then you just go into the trigger, and that's it. And obviously, just carry on as normal.
Anyone who looked around in the game will know how bad the potential for skips are. Most checkpoints don't seem to work. Well, on a foundational level that would be correct. There is some form of, for a lack of a better word, checkpoint storage. The game does track if you have been to a checkpoint before. Normally after Ellie closes the gate, the checkpoint will change to Main Street Central. The alley checkpoint is not active until this has been hit. However, if you debug fly into the area of the alley checkpoint, head back and help Ellie over, the game will now completely bypass Main Street Central and give the player the alley checkpoint. Refer to the bottom left text for the checkpoint moving to the alley.